Captain Crimson, Space Crusader.
There were only 2 weeks left of the summer holidays, and I was desperate to find a way of sending Captain Crimson back home again before school started. But before I had a chance to think about it, Dad, with his usual good timing, caught the worst cold in the universe. And he'd woken up with it on the day of his first date with Gina, which naturally was a Thursday, deadline day. The only day that week that she was free to go out with him. Then Captain Crimson caught Dad's cold. So not only was I lumbered with a sick, lovesick father with a lunch date and a deadline, but I also had to cope with the space hero with sniffles, who was convinced that he was dying. Life in the Rickard house that week was an absolute nightmare on rollerblades.
Oh, hello, Jeff. You still feeling rough? Hey, pass me that spanner, would you? No.
Afraid so. Although... cough seems to be getting better.
Bowl grips. You think you'll be well enough for your lunch with Gina?
Oh, Ma, it's 3 hours till lunch. You know, I'm going to get better by then if it kills me. And besides... Ta-da!
What is it?
It's a miracle cure.
Sneeze blaster cold cure. Tough on colds, but kind to you. Never heard of it. Ooh. Is it good?
I don't know, but we'll soon find out.
Do you realise you should only take this at night?
Oh, I can hack it.
You be careful, Jeff. Might make you sleepy. Then you won't be able to finish the Captain Crimson story. Or go out to lunch with Gina.
Look, will you stop fussing? I've got oodles and buckets of time to finish the strip. I've worked out the story and I've already done all the drawings. I'll just take a quick slug of this and I'll be back at work in 2 shakes of a cat's banana. Better take another slug just in case.
Don't overdo it.
As if I would. See? Perfectly fine. In fact, I feel better already. Ringy dory bell!
James. Hi, Tom.
Hello, short-stuffed friend. I'm going to bed. Hello, Captain Crimson's legs. Huh? Captain Crimson? Oh, I'm not well.
Uh-oh. I don't think we should let the captain see this.
See what?
Nothing. Only that in this week's story you're feeling slightly unwell.
What do you mean, slightly unwell?
It's no big deal. You're just feeling a little bit poorly, that's all.
How poorly?
Tiny bit peaky, nothing to worry about. Teeny bit sick, slightly under the weather. A touch off colour.
Let me see. I knew it. I told you I was ill. I'm ailing. I'm afflicted. I've got a life-threatening illness.
I'm in this story, Captain. Now stop it. I've only got a cold. I promise you it's nothing serious.
What do you know? You're not a doctor.
Captain, why don't you see if Wiz has got something to make you feel better? Good idea, Ames. Come on, Captain. Wiz will sort you out. Phew. Do you think we should help your dad with this? Definitely. It didn't look like he was going to wake up for ages.
And then my breath goes in again. I just can't stop it, Wiz. I gasp. I gasp again. And then I do a third and final gasp. All the breath flies from my body in one enormous spasm. Oh no! It's happening again. You see? I'm exploding.
Nope. You're sneezing. And it's a perfectly normal bodily function. Now, stop padding about and sit down so I can take your temperature. Here, put this under your tongue. No, like this. And leave it there. Oh, come on now. Where's the big, brave, bold, courageous, fearless space crusader I'm used to seeing about the place? And don't tell me he's turned into a quivering, babyish wimp just because he's caught a tiny little cold. Aha, that's more like it. Ah! It's all right, Captain. It's only the thermometer. Let's have a look. Oh, you do have a slight temperature.
That's why I feel so ill, isn't it? I knew it. Oh, what does it mean? You can tell me, Wiz. I can take it.
It means I'm going to make you a doctor's appointment, just to be on the safe side.
Dr. Laser's looking really worried. The captain must be incredibly ill.
Optic could say, is the captain any better?
Then Dr. Laser could say, no, he's still a bit off colour.
Do you think a bit off colour is strong enough?
Suppose you're right. He's more than just run down or under the weather, isn't he?
What about on his last legs?
Yeah, that sounds much better. Or is there anything stronger than that?
Oh, I know. Optic could say, is the captain any better? And Dr. Laser replies, no, he's at death's door.
Ace Finata with knobs on.
The Adventures of Captain Crimson, Space Crusader. The captain and his science officers had been visiting Sahara-Don 7. It was a barren desert wasteland where only a few heat-loving plants could survive.
Widget, stand by to beam us aboard.
What a beautiful flower.
As the captain stooped to sniff the exotic bloom, a cloud of foul-smelling dust unexpectedly shot into his eyes.
Be careful, Captain.
It's only a bit of pollen, I'm fine.
But as the crew was soon to find out, the captain was far from fine. Captain Crimson had a terrible headache. He was beginning to feel quite ill.
Are you unwell, Captain?
I do feel a bit peaky.
You must lie down and rest, Captain.
Shan't. Don't want to. So there.
Optic was concerned by the captain's behavior, which was quite out of character. He ordered the guards to carry the captain to the hospital section.
Lie back, Captain. You're a sick man.
Don't feel poorly. Want to get up.
Don't fight it, sir. You're indisposed.
That's 2 galaxies beyond abnormal.
It is a curiosity, certainly.
The flower was blooming, which was more than could be said for Captain Crimson, who is in a bad way.
The captain looks like he's at death's door.
Yeah, I'm afraid he's fading fast.
The flower was sucking all the liquid from Captain Crimson's body. Unless they could stop it, he would die. Meanwhile, other members of the crew had been attacked by the mystery flowers. The fearless, courageous space crusaders had become a crabby bunch of bad-tempered children.
It's mine!
Hey, I saw it first.
No.
Didn't. Didn't.
So what, Dad?
It's spreading like wildfire.
We must find a cure or we'll all die.
The only way to kill the desert flowers was to freeze them. Optic turned the Galileo's heating system off and exposed them to the freezing air of hyperspace.
I hope I have the strength to turn it back on again.
Optic's plan worked. Starved of heat, the flowers perished and the crew was saved. First Officer Optic was the only man left on board with the sickness. Dr. Laser prepared to chill his body to a sub-zero state and cure him.
I don't know how to thank you, Optic.
No need for thanks, sir.
It's all in a day's work.
It was a good job we helped Dad out with the story, because that sneeze blaster cold cure really knocked him out for the count. We couldn't wake him up at all. In the end, Wiz had to ring Gina and cancel the lunch. We knew Dad would be utterly gutted, but what else could we have done? He was still snoring his head off when Amy and I took Captain Crimson to the doctor's. Amy sat in the waiting room while I went in with the captain to see the doctor.
So, Mr. Crimson.
Captain.
Sorry, Mr. Captain. What seems to be the trouble?
He's not feeling very well.
Ah, that's lucky, because I wouldn't be able to help if he'd been hoping for a haircut. So, feeling a bit rough, are we?
A bit rough? I'm 2 galaxies beyond rough. 1 minute my face feels like it's exploding, the next I start melting, then my chest is racked with spasms and I cough and cough and...
Cough?
Yes, and tears stream down my face. I've had enough.
He's had enough. Honestly, Doctor, he's only got a cold. He got it off my dad.
I'll be the best judge of that, don't you think? Why? His symptoms alone are enough to give me serious cause for concern. I'll just take your pulse.
What's my pulse?
Shh. This is most irregular.
Is there anything wrong, Doctor?
No. Yes. I think I'd better listen to your chest. Please stand up and open your coat. One moment, please. Breathe in and out. In and out. Very strange.
What is it, Doctor?
I think I'd better seek a second opinion before I say any more. Please, Mr. Capitan, sit down again. Is there anything I can get for you? Some flowers, some grapes? Your next of kin, maybe?
What?
It's serious, isn't it, Doctor? You can tell me. I can take it.
Serious? Why, yes. On the one hand, serious, certainly. But on the other, fascinating also. He is a medical miracle.
I'm a medical miracle.
He has no pulse.
I have no pulse.
I cannot find even the hint of a heartbeat.
He can't find a heartbeat. What's a heartbeat?
Why? To all intents and purposes.
Yes.
And I don't wish to scare you with this revelation.
Yes.
It is clear to me.
Yes.
This man should be dead.
Dead?
Captain!
You'll have to go to hospital, of course.
No. What I mean is, sure. Of course, absolutely. He should go to hospital, and I'll get my grandma's taken straight after tea.
I couldn't possibly allow that. He's my responsibility now. I'll ring for an ambulance.
All my worst nightmares came at once. The doctor insisted on calling an ambulance to take Captain Crimson to hospital. And I went with him, while Amy raced home to fetch Wiz. Of course, after the shock had worn off, the captain had started to really enjoy all the fuss and attention.
I have no heartbeat and no pulse.
Why should you? You've come straight out of a comic. Honestly, Captain, we must leave now.
There you are! Quick, Wiz is standing by with the getaway car.
Come on, Captain, let's go!
I couldn't possibly. I'm standing by for an operation.
What?
You didn't tell me.
I've been on hundreds of operations. They probably just want me to do something trivial, like deal with hostile aliens or save the inhabitants of a dying planet.
Cut you open with a knife.
Yes, cut me open with a... What?
You're in hospital, Captain, where an operation means cutting your body open so the doctors can look inside you to find out what's making you ill.
Get me out of here!
Let's go!
Hold tight.
Whoa!
It's the doctor!
My patient! Stop him! Stop!
Here, what's your game?
Sorry, sir. Emergency.
Oi, I need them. Hey, you there, stop them. What's going on?
Look out!
Gangway!
Only kids might be trolley. Chips!
Whoops, sorry!
Find me leg!
Oh no!
Coming through, sir. Madam.
I can't look!
Hold tight, sir.
Out of the way!
There's the door! Look out! No!
Clear the decks. Stop!
The steps! Brake, Amy, brake!
Captain! Amy, hurry! Quickly, you two! Everyone in? Hold tight.
My patient! My medical miracle! Come back!
As narrow escapes go, that was narrower than an arrow. We got back to find that Gina had been round with some flowers for Dad, so naturally he was feeling miles better, which was more than could be said for Captain Crimson, who had been utterly terrified by his near miss at the hospital. School went back in a few days, and Wiz, Amy and I were desperate to send the captain back to the Galileo before then. But how?
Does the tough captain find a way of getting back to the Galileo? Or is it just a rough idea that's simply not good enough? Will the captain be brave enough when the going gets tough? Or are we all in for a rough ride? Find out in the final episode of Captain Crimson. Watch this space.